I heard her say a word that I know is distinctly unparliamentary, and I think she may want to withdraw it. The word was F-A-R-T.
Welcome back to Northern Perspective, everyone. I'm Cypher.
And I'm Fox. You know, sometimes when we're researching for episodes, we come across something absolutely hilarious, and we know we have to share it with you. So here's a little blast from the past, circa 2016, featuring Michelle Rumpel-Garner.
This is not a plan. This is a 200-page roadmap on how to waste my constituents' money, so I can't support that. Why isn't the government talking about how to retain skilled labor? Why isn't the infrastructure minister talking about how to implement infrastructure funds and get construction workers back to work in Alberta? Why does this government treat Alberta like a fart in the room that nobody wants to talk about or acknowledge? That is where my constituents have been at with this government. Oh, and by the way, constituents, as I'm giving this speech, there's Liberal members across the aisle that are laughing at me. Yeah. And they're laughing at you.
Point of order. The honourable member for Saanich Gulf Islands.
Interrupt my friend in her speech, but I heard her say a word that I know is distinctly unparliamentary, and I think she may want to withdraw it. The word was F-A-R-T.
The honourable member for Calgary Signal Hill.
Are you serious, Mr. Speaker? Like, is my colleague actually serious? I just gave an impassioned speech about supporting Alberta jobs, and that's what the leader of a political party stands up and has to say? No, I don't withdraw it.
I have a lot to say about the content of my friend's speech. I am deeply concerned, as are all people in this place, for Canadians who are hurting from economic downturn. I would like to speak to that, but the first important, excuse me.
Did the honourable member for Calgary Signal Hill want to respond to that?
Mr. Speaker, the leader of the Green Party has been probably one of the most vocal opponents of every part of the Alberta economy for the last 10 years, so I will take no lessons from her on this.
I believe we're getting into debate, but I'll go to the honourable member for the Saanich Gulf Islands.
And I feel it's important to make something of the member's choice of words is that she then accused people opposite her for reacting. And in that context, decorum is important and respect is important in this place. I remind those who are now heckling me that you are breaking the rules of this place when you do so. I have never heckled in this place, not once. And I've never used language that was unparliamentary, not once. And I recognize my friend's passion, but I do not forgive, nor do I accept.
We looked up on page 619 of the O'Brien and Bosch. I shall read what's in here. In dealing with unparliamentary language, the Speaker takes into account the tone, manner, and intention of the member speaking, the person whom the words at issue were directed, and it goes on. What I'm going to say is that sometimes in this chamber, passion takes over and it gets kind of heated, and sometimes we say things out of order or things that may not be parliamentary. The honourable member said a couple of things that were bordering, but it's up to her to decide whether they were unparliamentary. Someone took offence. I will take it under advisement, bring it back to the table, and we'll go from there. Questions and comments? The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Finance.
Unless my colleagues from Calgary Noseville would want to add, but Mr. Speaker, first of all, I would like to thank the member for her passionate speech. I think everyone who was in the House today and listening at home.
Speaking about what a fart sounds like.
Let's just end it there. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, we wanted to let that play through. We cut through some things because there's a lot said in the speech, but the intent of this video is just to bring some levity to everybody's day, and we were just sitting there laughing in the background at everything going on, and then Elizabeth May standing up like FART.
Oh no, what a horrible word.
Michelle, okay, are you serious? Are you serious? This is what we're talking about.
Well, and that's a great point, because Michelle Rempel Garner, or Michelle Rempel as she was known back then, had made this impassioned speech about people in Alberta who were losing their jobs, and how the economy was like turning down. And what Elizabeth May took out of that was the word fart.
Yeah, and this was like the early days of when the carbon tax was going to be coming in. Like this is when all of this was being discussed, and I love that Michelle just said this lady has been an opponent to Calgary's economy. You know, that is one of the economic engines of Canada. So she said, I'm not going to take any lessons from her. Like, give me a break. And then the fact that at the time, new speaker Anthony Rota, because this is in 2016, folks. So it's not like he's been in that position for years and years and years. Whips out the book. It's like, well, I don't see fart in the book.
I'll have to consult the table.
Oh, consult the table. And then the Minister of Flatulence, Francois Philippe Champagne, stands up, and that was enough for us, and hopefully that was enough for you. So there's your blast from the past for the day, and hopefully it gives you as much of a laugh as it did Fox and I.